1, 2, 3. This was really surprising. I get to try most of the new earbuds that come onto the market these days. Some of them sound fantastic, some of them are brilliant in terms of design and fit and comfort and all that sort of stuff, but none of them come close to the AirPods Pro when it comes to the combination of sound quality, noise cancelling, transparency, ecosystem tie-in for Apple, obviously. They are just wonderful, and they're one of the few products that you can genuinely say just work these days. However, there are 3 versions now. We have AirPods Pro 1, AirPods Pro 2, and AirPods Pro 3. So if you're thinking about buying a pair now, you'll have lots of questions. Equally, if you're thinking about upgrading from the 1s or the 2s, you'll still have lots of questions. We have 3 choices here, and the conclusion that I've come to is really surprising for me. What I thought we'd do in this video, before I get to that conclusion, is go through the very simple differences between all 3, then the general kind of sentiment about each version. I think I can save you money, and even if you're not thinking about buying a pair of these, you're going to find this very interesting. Let's start with pricing. These are the prices at the time of filming for all 3 versions. It's worth bearing in mind that you can't buy the AirPods Pro 1 brand new. If you find some, then congratulations, but generally speaking, they are going to be used, and they're quite cheap, as you can see. You don't have to pay much for AirPods Pro 1 these days if you buy a used pair. AirPods Pro 2, you can still find some existing new stock, which is priced very temptingly, 140 to 180 quid in the UK. That's really tempting immediately. AirPods Pro 3 are 219 quid in the UK and $249 in the US. Very well priced, I think, for what they are, for what you get, and the fact that, going back to what I said at the start of this video, they are, I think, the best on the market. They are refreshingly well priced. So screenshot those prices, keep them in mind, but let's go through the differences. Just a very quick word from today's sponsor. I travel a lot, and that comes with a lot of anxiety about keeping track of my very expensive gadgets and camera gear and that sort of stuff, which is why I've started using these. This is UGreen's FineTrack Duo. It's a super slim tracking device that lasts up to 1 year on a single charge, and you can recharge it yourself with a USB-C cable, so no batteries. It works with both Apple Find My and Google Find My, which means if you're on iOS or Android, it doesn't matter. You can attach this to your car keys, to your house keys, to your camera bag, to pretty much anything. And if you lose it and it's nearby, you just tap your phone and the built-in 100 dB buzzer helps you track it down fast. And if it's not nearby, the global Find My network helps you track it down anywhere in the world. Plus, it'll even ping your phone if you accidentally leave your bag behind. I also need to show you this, the 200 watt 8-port charging station. This is the latest bit of kit that's made its way onto my production desk, and I can't do without it. It's got 6 USB-C ports, 2 USB-A ports, and you can charge up to 8 devices at once, including 4 MacBooks at the same time at full speed, which is nuts. But this is very helpful if you don't want loads of power cables sticking out everywhere, and it can keep your desk relatively clean, which for me is a big bonus. Thanks to GaN Tech, it stays cool, it distributes power smartly, and it protects all of your gear from overheating or overcharging. So whether you're organizing your bag or your workspace, or you just don't want to lose stuff, UGreen's got some seriously smart upgrades worth checking out. The battery life is really interesting. So the AirPods Pro 1 get about 5 hours for the earbuds and 24 hours in total with the case. The AirPods Pro 2 get 6 hours for the earbuds and 30 hours in total with the case. And the AirPods Pro 3 get 8 hours for the earbuds and 24 hours for the case and the earbuds, which means it's less overall than the AirPods Pro 2. So you get more on a single charge with the earbuds on the AirPods Pro 3, but the AirPods Pro 2 appears to be the sweet spot again because you get 30 hours overall. Oh, and in terms of connections, the AirPods Pro 1 only have Lightning, which is a very old way of charging your Apple devices, whereas the AirPods Pro 2 and AirPods Pro 3 have USB-C. Just be careful if you buy a second-hand pair of AirPods Pro 2, there was a Lightning version. Get the USB-C version. Fit and comfort is very straightforward. All three of these are the most comfortable and the best fitting earbuds I've ever tried. They don't fall out of my ears when I'm running, if I'm lying down, if I'm sweating. They're just fantastic. That isn't the case for everyone, obviously. The AirPods Pro 1 and Pro 2 are pretty much identical in terms of design and fit. So again, no problem there. The AirPods Pro 3, we're told by Apple, should fit more types of ear. And they do use a new foam infused material. This is silicone, but it's also foam infused. It feels very similar to the AirPods Pro 1 and Pro 2, but there are some slight differences. So when you put them in your ears, they're a bit more rigid. They stay in position a bit more, which does mean occasionally they stick out like that. Again, they're very comfortable and I've not had a problem with them. I can't speak for you, but in theory, the third generation should fit more ears. In terms of extra features, the AirPods Pro 1 don't have any really. They have active noise cancelling, obviously, and transparency mode, and all of the Apple ecosystem stuff like automatic device switching and Find My support. The AirPods Pro 2 have all of that stuff, but they have better adaptive transparency. They have a case speaker, so if you lose it, you can play a sound and hear where they are. They have a case lanyard attachment thing here, which is very cool, and much better Find My tracking, thanks to a U1 chip in here, which means you can do that precision tracking thing and find them exactly. The AirPods Pro 3 have all of that stuff, but they also have heart rate tracking built into the earbuds themselves, and they have better motion sensing and smarter adaptive audio. Sound quality. Now the AirPods Pro 1 just get the job done. They're not the best or worst sounding earbuds on the market. I was never disappointed with these. The AirPods Pro 2 were a significant step up from the ones in terms of sound. Much richer, fuller, very close to the AirPods Max, I think, in terms of sound quality. Very, very impressive and a big leap from these. The AirPods Pro 3 have had a few tuning tweaks and stuff done to them, and that means more bass and apparently, according to Apple, more detail. Now I do prefer the audio on the 3s compared to the 2s. It's just a bit better for me. I like it. That said, there are some less positive reviews of the sound on the AirPods Pro 3 out there. So I would do some research. If you can hear them, if you can get these into your ears and do a bit of a comparison, I would go for it. But for me, the best sounding are the AirPods Pro 3. I like them. But the AirPods Pro 2 sound fantastic as well. The AirPods Pro 1, they just get the job done. Noise cancelling. The AirPods Pro 1 were the best on the market when they first came out. Then we got the AirPods Pro 2 and it just took noise cancelling to a different level. I compared these against the AirPods Max, which a few people thought was a completely stupid comparison, but the reason I did that is because, in my opinion, the AirPods Pro 2 are just as good as some of the best over-ear noise cancelling headphones on the market, including the AirPods Max. That's an incredible achievement. No other pair of earbuds since has done that, apart from the AirPods Pro 3, because these are just slightly better in terms of noise cancelling than the AirPods Pro 2. But the difference between these two, it's not huge. You do have to A/B test them. So if you buy these or these for the purpose of noise cancelling, you will be so happy. Transparency mode is the same deal. That's when you let the outside world in so you can hear your own voice and hear the world around you. The AirPods Pro 1 was the best at the time. The AirPods Pro 2 took it to another level again. And the AirPods Pro 3, it's pretty much the same as the AirPods Pro 2, but it's completely unmatched. And now for a mic test. Okay, first up, AirPods Pro 1. Walking down a fairly quiet street. There is some traffic passing, a little bit of a breeze. It's raining, obviously, because it's the UK. The transparency mode on the AirPods Pro 1 is still really good. It still beats a lot of the more recent earbuds that I've tried. But what we care about is the mic quality. So this is the first generation. Let's switch to the second generation. And these are the AirPods Pro 2. Immediately, the transparency mode is even better. It's like you haven't got a pair of earbuds in your ears at all. Right, traffic coming past, still a bit of wind, still raining. But this is the mic on the AirPods Pro 2. Is it a big upgrade? Let me know in the comments. Now it's time for the 3. And finally, AirPods Pro 3. As I mentioned in the studio, the transparency mode isn't that different. It's still incredibly good, but it's not much different to the AirPods Pro 2. I can't really tell much of a difference, but it's still class leading. Amazing. But what's the mic like? Is it better than the 2s? let me know in the comments, and I need to get back to the studio because it's starting to pour down. So, the AirPods Pro 1, these are the OG. This is where it all started, and they still remain one of the best ANC earbuds on the market, but they are getting a bit old now, and if you buy a pair they will be second-hand, the battery won't be as good, and you don't have the smart features that you get on the AirPods Pro 2 and 3, and equally you know deep down that you don't have the best noise cancelling or the best audio. So I don't really know why you'd buy a pair of AirPods Pro 1 unless you just wanted to get a cheap pair for not worrying about, basically. So that's the only reason you do that, I think. If you're upgrading, so if you have the AirPods Pro 1 already, it's worth bearing in mind that the leap from 1 to 2 is massive. It's absolutely huge. So if you sit in that camp, just get the 2. If you can get these new, and you definitely can, I would just go for the AirPods Pro 2. These are, I think, the sweet spot. It's the Goldilocks model because they have the much better noise cancelling, transparency mode, and sound over the 1s. And the leap to the 3s, it's not very big, and there are some issues with the 3s. There are some problems. The sound is polarizing. There's no two ways about that. Equally, I've had a couple of issues with them. So the first one is an imbalance between left and right. So when I put these in my ears, the audio balance sometimes shifts that way. So the left-hand side is lower than the right-hand side, and sometimes it shifts back. When I first got these, I thought they were faulty. I then started looking into it, and there's lots of Reddit threads, obviously, and all sorts of things on the internet about people having the same problem. It seems to be something to do with the adaptive transparency mode or the adaptive noise cancelling, and it hasn't been fixed yet, basically. Equally, there's a weird noise these make. Basically, it's like a chirping, tweeting, squealy noise, and okay, you don't do that with your earbuds, but occasionally when they're in my ear, that happens. I've been on flights where the right earbud has started to make a squealing noise, and again, I don't think they're faulty. I think there's something to do with the adaptive noise cancelling or something. It doesn't happen all the time, don't get me wrong. 9 times out of 10, they're absolutely fine, but I don't get that with the AirPods Pro 2. And the battery life, well, you get more overall with the case with the AirPods Pro 2. The AirPods Pro 3, I think, make more sense if the AirPods Pro 1 and 2 don't fit your ears. There's more chance these will, and they have that heart rate tracking built in. So if you don't have an Apple Watch, it could be a good alternative if you're into your fitness. However, and this is definitely my conclusion, the AirPods Pro 2 are the sweet spot. I've used that phrase quite a bit in this video, and the reason for that is because they are, in my humble opinion, the best ever ANC earbuds we've ever had. They are, quite simply, one of the best things that Apple has ever done. So, AirPods Pro 1, they're fine, they do the job, but they're dated. AirPods Pro 2, the sweet spot. AirPods Pro 3, the best tech and possibly the best fit for most people, but there are a couple of issues. As always, guys, it's now over to you. Get involved in the comments, I'll see you down there, and if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, you know what to do.